Hey guys, welcome to the Angel's Haven. So we're almost done with the outside project number 1. We actually have, let's see, maybe we have 3 outside projects, but the first one is almost done, and I've taken some videos along the way. So while you're waiting for that, I'm going to give you a little decluttering video and talk a little bit about living tiny and having to declutter more often than one would in a traditional house. So I'm going to turn this around and show you what I'm decluttering now. So anyone that has known me since I first moved into this house will recognize these slide out drawers. They're not really drawers, they're slide out shelves, I'm sorry. When I first moved here, there's a little laundry hanging here drying. When I first moved here, here's my refrigerator, and the carpenter that built the house had left a big gap under here. I don't know what he thought I would do with it, but I had someone put in these 2 pull-out shelves, and as you can see, I have containers in there. There are 4 wooden boxes. I guess there's 3 here and a plastic thing, and on the bottom shelf I think we have the 4th wooden box, and then just an assortment of other stuff that's just sitting on the shelf. The problem is, first of all, the wooden boxes are so heavy. They're really nice boxes, and I like them. I'll use them someplace else. But they're heavy, and when you put things in them, they push the shelf down. The bottom one is not an issue, but this one, it pushes it down enough that it's kind of not quite level, or it's pressing down on the drawer slide that we used. And I don't think that's a good situation. They're also not, you can't fit 2 of those side by side. So I've gotten some smaller baskets, and so they're lightweight. They're similar to that green one you see there. And I'm going to use the opportunity to pull each basket out individually and go through them and declutter. And while I do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the decluttering process. So I will start that process now. So here are the wooden boxes, or here's one of the wooden boxes, and here are the plastic bins that I'm going to use instead. And as you can see, they're quite a bit more narrow, and so they will fit more readily. There's one of the shelves pulled out. This under storage here is tomorrow night's project. My goal is not just to have a more lightweight container, but to also force myself to go through the accumulated stuff. And I've already been pulling things out just to start getting rid of things. So I'm going to work on that. And while I do that, I haven't done this in a while. I look old, don't I? I'm turning 70 this year. For those of you who've known me in Kansas City, you might remember that I used to have a benefit for Rosebrook Center on my birthday every year. This year at the shop, I'm going to have a benefit for the local public library the day after my birthday, but close enough. So one of the things that I've learned Well, let me back up a little bit. So here's the white bin. And by having 4 of these on that top shelf, they're very lightweight, and so they won't be pulling down the, they won't be weighing the shelf down so that it's kind of tugging on that drawer slide. So that's the goal. So when let me see how far back I should go. In 2015, let's say, so 10 years ago, I got divorced, and when that happened, suddenly I realized that even though people had moved out, I still had a lot of stuff, and it got me thinking a couple of things. Number one, that holding on to stuff was really holding me back because I had to manage it. And I'm sure if you watch decluttering videos, these are from the pandemic. Alcohol cleans, alcohol wipes. Remember how we had to wipe everything with alcohol? They haven't been open, so I'm assuming they're still good. But I have watched a lot of decluttering videos, and one of the things you learn is that you spend so much time managing inventory, as they call it, that you could be doing other things during that time. Well, I wasn't managing inventory. I just shoved it in cupboards and closets and under beds and in china cabinets and drawers. And when, my then husband moved his stuff and his son's stuff out of the house, all the cupboards had to be open. This has exploded. I don't even know what this is. Silver jewelry cleaner. Have you ever seen me clean jewelry? Let's see if it's still good. I don't know. Does jewelry cleaner go bad? Maybe. It's crusty on the outside. It's just liquid. I don't know if you even use this. I don't know where this came from. And that's the thing. When you shove stuff away, you don't know what you have, you don't know what to do with it, and you don't know if you'll use it. This came from Marshall's. I'm fairly sure that I have not shopped at Marshall's in California. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. So all those cupboards were open, and I was looking at all the stuff in them, and I thought, what is all this stuff? And I realized that I wasn't managing inventory. I was weighing myself down with inventory. I look pretty terrible right now. And I did get rid of, I had a 1,400 square foot house. I now live in 200 square feet. So I got rid of a lot of stuff, gave it away. I sold one piece of furniture. The rest of it I gave away. If you came over to help me pack, I gave you something. I gave some stuff, obviously, to my son, some stuff to other people. And when I moved here, when I first moved in, and if you look at my very earliest videos from about 2018, 2017, the house was empty. There was no art on the wall. There was still a bed cubby. The sleeping, where I sleep now, which is up there in the drop loft, was virtually empty. It had a rocking chair and a desk in it. And it was clean and bright, unpainted wood. I love unpainted wood. And I've slowly filled it up. And every year or so I go through, as I am this week, next couple weeks, and I go through everything that's shoved in the limited storage space that I have here, and I declutter. And it's a very freeing experience. And yes, I once in a while have to buy different containers. I love these wooden boxes, but they're really not serving me because they're pulling that drawer slide down. I don't want it to break. But also not having so much stuff will lighten up the slide out shelf also. And when you free yourself of clutter, you also free your spirit somehow. I find it very interesting that human beings are prone to acquire, and yet when they divest themselves of the acquisitions, they feel liberated. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm divesting myself of clutter. I honestly don't know why I have so many screws. It's like I have 4 containers of screws. I have no idea why. A nice container though. And I feel so much better when everything is neat and clean and organized. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to make you walk through it with me, but when I get it done, I'll show you the results. So, talk to you in a flash. For an hour for me, a flash for you. Okay, so I've been working for about 20 minutes, and here is what has developed. So there were 3 of these small wooden boxes on this shelf, along with this plastic container full of solvents. And so now I have 4 containers and still have that solvent and the containers of solvent. And the reason for that is the boxes are bigger than the plastic containers, so they hold more. So in the space that there were 3 of them, or the quantity that was in 3 of them is now in 4 of these. But it has accomplished the solve the problem that the shelf was hanging low and it wouldn't easily pull in and out because it was putting pressure on the bracket. Now it's turned out, I did not recall doing this because it was so long ago. I put 2 plastic bins inside a big box. I'm sure I was trying to contain clutter, but that box is too heavy for the shelf, so it's pulling the slides down. So I'm going to take all this out. So now I have to deal with this, which green thing, which was on the top shelf, and all this stuff has to go in containers on the bottom shelf. So that's what I'm working on now. Most of this stuff is old, probably can be thrown away. I don't know. Do solvents get old? I don't even know what they are. Raid 7. Oh, that's wasp spray. Very important in Northern California to have wasp spray. So anyway, I'm going to work on all this, consolidate it down so that I can have 4 small containers on the bottom shelf. And again, this wooden box is too heavy. It's pulling the shelf down, and that makes it hard to get out, and it's bending those drawer slides. So I'm going to work on that, and I will have, in the end, I will have 1 big box and 4 small boxes, hopefully that have been made superfluous. As you can see, I have another one of those big boxes there. all of this area under here needs to be cleaned out. That's for another day. I'm going to work on this, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. And again, let this be a lesson to you. Get rid of stuff. You're cramming it in your cupboards. You don't need it. But I will show you this when it's done. Okay, so I've got everything neat and tidy. I had forgotten that this space was taller, so these things have to be up here. But I've gotten all the heavy wooden containers off of the shelf that's more vulnerable to weight, and I was able to scale down the weight on the lower shelf by getting rid of the heavy box, which will have to be either given away or used elsewhere. Might be part of this reorg. But the shelves are now, because they both have less weight, I'm tired, so I'm not bending over, but they go fully in. They're not weighing down on the drawer slides. And I have a little pile of failed plumbing. Those things were the various attempts to connect up the original vent on my old composting toilet. So those can be donated to the resident plumber here. And the under refrigerator drawers are neat and tiny, and most importantly, they're not too heavy now because they don't have those wooden boxes are nice, but they were just weighing down the shelves too much. So that's let that be a lesson to you. My hand was in front of the lens. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't accumulate clutter. Don't stress out your cupboards, and free yourself of anything you don't need. So thanks for spending a few minutes of my tiny life with me. And stay tuned for the outdoor video, which we have one more session on the first outdoor project, and when it's done, I'll make that video and upload it. See you next time.